Welcome to Learn About Law. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law, and today we're going to answer the question, what is an estate accounting and what information should an estate accounting contain, particularly with respect to Illinois probate law. So, in a probate case, the court oversees an executor who is responsible for collecting the assets of a deceased person and then distributing those assets to the people who are entitled to receive those assets. And these might include creditors who the deceased person or the estate owes money to. It might include paying those assets for the cost of managing the estate, things like attorney's fees and court costs. It might include paying the remainder to the beneficiaries named in the will, or if there is no will, to the heirs who are entitled to inherit according to the state law. It's called an intestacy statute. Intestacy, that's a tough word to say, that lays out who inherits in the absence of a will. So the executor's job is to collect these assets, bring them into the estate, and then distribute them from the estate to the people who are entitled to receive them. And accounting is a description of all of the assets that were collected, all of the estate expenses that were incurred in the management of the estate, and then to whom all of those assets were distributed and how much. So it's basically showing where all the money is flowing. Let's talk quickly about who's entitled to an accounting and when they're entitled to receive it. So any interested person who's defined basically as someone with a financial interest in the estate, and this basically comes down to creditors, beneficiaries, and heirs, but any interested person is entitled to receive an accounting. They can receive it upon request throughout the management of the estate, and if the executor objects to providing the accounting, the two parties can argue it in court, and the judge can decide, or they can receive it as the case is closed. It's called a final accounting, and before the executor can close a case, close the probate case, he has to certify, or she has to certify to the court that a final accounting has been provided to all interested parties, or that any interested party that didn't receive one waived the right to receive one. So part of the process of closing a probate case is sending this accounting that shows where all the money is flowed to all creditors, beneficiaries, heirs, anyone else who's an interested party. And we usually recommend getting the approval of the accounting from all interested parties, having them all sign off on it before paying any money out of the estate in order to protect the executor from personal liability. So essentially, you wait until you've gathered the assets, you know who all the creditors are, and you're basically ready to pay out the assets of the estate, and you provide this accounting to all the interested parties, get their sign off on it, and then you will file a final report with the court, and the final report says that you've provided this accounting to interested parties. If it's not supervised administration, which is kind of a type of probate where the court is overseeing most things because there's disputes between the parties, if it's not a supervised administration, you don't have to actually file the accounting with the court. You just provide the accounting to all of the interested parties. If it is a supervised administration, you have to file it with the court and have it approved. So let's talk about what types of information the accounting should contain. So it should have a list of all of the assets and liabilities of the estate, and it should state with particularity the different types of assets and liabilities and the amounts of each. It should have a summary of the transactions that have occurred with the estate account or with any other asset. So if real estate is sold, it needs to summarize that transaction and the proceeds and where those proceeds went. If there's money coming in and out of bank accounts, it needs to record that. And it will have a list of all of the checks paid out of the estate. It'll also include copies of any receipts obtained whenever a disbursement is made. So when you make a disbursement to a creditor or beneficiary, you're going to get a receipt back or a voucher saying that they actually received that money, and the final accounting may include those vouchers or receipts. It will also include other costs that were associated with the management of the estate. This might be funeral costs, attorney's fees, court fees, and details of any bank accounts or records that were opened on behalf of the estate by the executor. So you're going to have a listing of all of the bank accounts and all of the assets. So again, to summarize, an accounting is essentially a summary of all of the assets collected by the estate and where those assets were paid out, and it's to get everybody that's interested in the estate on the same page, knowing that they got what they were entitled to from the estate, and it gives them the opportunity to object prior to the closing of the estate to how the estate was paid out. So if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below this post at learn-about-law.com or below the video on our YouTube station. If you need some help, please give us a call at 630-324-6666. That's 630-324-6666. We offer free consultations in many areas of law, and we have several geographic locations for your convenience. If you found this helpful, we'd love it if you'd subscribe to us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts or watch your videos. Thank you so much for watching and listening.
Thanks so much for watching our video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Click the subscribe button for new videos every week, and download and review us on iTunes. Visit learn-about-law.com for other legal-related articles and videos. Visit our business podcast and video blog, seizeyourbusiness.com, and visit Making Real Estate Fun for real estate videos and podcasts. Call us at 630-324-6666 for a free consultation.